Hi, my name is Jessie Kulhawik, and I did Jessie Kandinsky for my art appreciation final. I just thought he was a really interesting artist. He used colors to display emotion, and even when he was little, he said that he could hear color and see emotion, which is kind of cool. I just really liked all of his artworks, and I loved how colorful they were. And just his background story and everything, which I'll tell you about in a little bit when I read you my book. Just everything about him was very interesting, and I found this project all around very cool to do. He's a very interesting person. So here's Jessie Kandinsky. I designed the color by using his works of art as inspiration. He used bright colors, and he used many different shapes and lines. He wanted to kind of, in a lot of his works, he made it look like it was musical. He was very into connecting his artwork with his music. So I tried to make it look a little bit musical like he did in his works of art. And mostly the biggest thing that I tried to incorporate in it was color and shapes, which was his major things too in his artworks. So here's my book. I already talked about the front cover, but then when you open it, it says that it's for kindergarteners through 5th grade. And then I added a little fun thing, like an activity kind of thing to add into this book so that kids would find it more interesting. In every single page, there's this little guy right here, and he plays the role as Jessie in the book, and the kids have to look for him on every single page, and what he does is, if you can see, he points out the most important things on each page. So on this page it says childhood. Jessie Kandinsky was born on December 16, 1866. That was nearly 150 years ago. He was born into a family of tea merchants in Moscow, Russia. So I did Jessie pointing to the tea because that's what his family business was. And then if you open it to the next page, this page right there, it says that Jessie claimed at an early age that when he saw color, he could hear music. This I found very, very interesting, and this is part of the reason why I chose to do Jessie. I thought that was so interesting, and I wish myself that I could hear color and see music. I don't even know how that would happen, but he claimed that he could see that. And then in this picture, I really liked this painting right here. Get a close-up of it. I really liked his use of color and lines. It almost looks like this right here is a bridge or a street, and then the trees, and then the building right here, more trees. This is one of his works that you could kind of tell more what it is. You can kind of look at it as a picture. This was one of his earlier works. It's called Autumn in Bavaria. And I just really liked his abstract use and his color, his shape, his lines, and everything about it. And in this picture, I have Jessie pointing to the music note because it depicts the thing where he could see music and hear colors, and I did a bunch of color dots there to show that. On the next page, it says that his father enrolled him in piano and cello lessons when he was very young, and he took a liking to it. And I have him hiding behind the little piano right there to show how much he loves it with a little heart. Then, on page 4, Jessie studied law at the University of Moscow. By 1893, he left his promising career in law to become an artist. He left his huge career that he had in law to become an artist. I think that that's very inspirational. And it's a drastic decision to make, but he was a successful artist. He is well known now. And in the picture I showed a briefcase transitioning into some paintbrushes and paint. And I showed on the little picture of the important thing for the kids, I did Jessie pointing to the artwork and the paintbrushes because that's what he really wanted to do. That was his passion. And then his early works, Here's more of his early works. I know I had one of the early works right here on this page. But here's some more of his early works. This one is called Composition 4. He didn't really have a name for this one, but that was the category it was in for this time. And it has, well, first of all, I love his use of line and color. It blends together. It draws your eye around the entire painting. It's really interesting. And it's very abstract. You can guess like 1,000 different things that could probably be in that picture. To me, it kind of looks like it could be something musical like the notes coming out of the instrument. That's what I see, but it could be a lot of different things. I know he liked using music in his artwork. So that's a little bit of history behind that one. And then in this one, Composition 5, it looks to me like it's some sort of ship or something in the ocean. He uses very drastic lines and blue colors. And let's see, got a close up there. And it's just very interesting to look at. It just draws your eye around the entire painting, and you could look at it for a long time and not get bored. I think it's very interesting. And then I did Wasley, and he's pointing at this picture saying, use color to show emotion. That's just one of the ways that he would use color to show emotion. He'd use such a variety of colors to just draw your eye around the entire painting, and just it makes you wonder what's going on. Then, on page 6, I did Abstract Impressionism, because that's what kind of category and time period his artworks fit into. Wasley was a part of the Abstract Impressionism art period. Abstract Impressionism was the development of abstract art in the early 1950s. It aimed at emotional expression. That's exactly what his paintings did. He wanted his viewers of his paintings to wonder what was happening, and he wanted it to provoke emotion. He wanted to set free his emotions and just show it to everybody. And this one's Composition 6. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a lot of different stuff going on in there. A lot of different stuff. There's lots of different shapes, colors, lines, everything. Like over here, it looks like a bird or something to me, but it could be anything, really. And just a bunch of colors. Like, I could look at that painting forever and just wonder what's in there. The next one, Fragment 2 for Composition 6. It's very similar to the previous one, except it's different. It looks musical to me. It does. It looks musical. You can see the different lines and stuff coming out of the different shapes. It reminds me of something musical. Then it says, subject matter was not as important as color in his paintings. He didn't want the viewer to look at it and go, oh, that's a house, or oh, that's a tree. He wanted to provoke emotion in it and actually make the viewer wonder and actually look at his paintings. This was from the category of small pleasures for him. And then next, on page 8, his later life. In 1901, Kandinsky founded the Falangia artistic movement and school. I did Wasley pointing at the school. And then in this painting up here, this was actually from his abstract impressionism movement stuff. It shows, it's kind of different from the other ones because it has a black background, and the black background really makes the objects in it pop. It reminds me of like a party, or like, it kind of looks like streamers to me, and you can see that it's very musical and it's just fun. All of his paintings are so fun to look at. In 1916, he married Nina Andriysika in Russia, his hometown. That's a picture, getting married. Then Wasley died on December 13th, 1944. He is remembered as the pioneer of abstract art. And then there's Wadsley pointing up at the pioneer of abstract art part, because I think that was very interesting. To be remembered as the pioneer of abstract art, I think that's very cool, and I think that's something that he should be proud of. And then that end, that is my children's book. And I learned a lot from this project, especially about this artist, but I also learned about other artists from this abstract impressionism period. And I really like this period of art, all of the abstract works and the line usage and the color and just how it pops and everything. I learned that that's one of my favorite art periods, and I love doing abstract art personally. And it's just really fun to look at and fun to do. And I'll remember this project for a long time. I'll remember about Wadsley Kanzinski, and every time I see abstract art, I'll remember his works. And I actually want to research him more because I found him very interesting. And yeah, this is my book. And